I have a monocle, a nice mustache, and a pipe, smoking tobacco that nobody's ever heard of, and you're like, "What did you do today?" "Oh, I drove a 1959 Ferrari. I drove the 56 Maserati. The 55 Aston Martin was just a little bit nicer to me." I love cars and all things automotive. If I could be a curator of automobiles for a wealthy client, that would be a dream job. My name is Michael Broadway. I work in the downtown office and I am a commercial lines client advisor. I've been in the insurance industry for about 7 years. I am originally from Charlotte, North Carolina. I grew up. I thought that I would eventually get out of North Carolina and enlisted in the United States Marine Corps in 2010, shipped to boot camp in 2011, and I ended up a whole 3 hours away from home. Ended up in Jacksonville, North Carolina on Camp Lejeune, so didn't quite work out as planned, and here we are. I got married while I was active duty, and my wife loves the Wilmington area, so we compromised, and here we are in Wilmington, North Carolina. Right before I came to Wells, I was a full-time college student. I had gotten out of the Marine Corps in 2015, worked briefly for Travelers as a total loss adjuster in Charlotte. Thought we would relocate the family to Charlotte, and that ended up not working out. We're still in Wilmington. So I got my CDL and drove for 7 years. Finally decided to go do something with my GI Bill and went to Liberty University through their online programs and graduated in May of 25. Bachelor of Science in Interdisciplinary Studies with focus on business and computational sciences. When I interviewed with Wells, Mandy and Jessica and Gary sold the organizational culture here, that it's a family company, it's a tight team, and that has an appeal to me. It's somewhere that you can build a career, feel like you belong, and when I showed up on the first day and met everybody, definitely undersold, over-delivered. The best lesson I've learned in life is to not take anything for granted and to be patient. The things that you want, that you're willing to work for, eventually they'll come around. Everything that I've done has had a unique set of challenges that go along with it. Again, it's probably just learning to be patient and, really sit down and think about what you want and how to get there and do it. And that's translates into every job, every title that I've had. The accomplishment that I'm most proud of is being a dad. That's top for me. I've got 2 stepdaughters that are 25 and 22. I've got a 9-year-old. My wife and I are getting ready to foster a 3-year-old girl as well. So, I mean, that's the most rewarding thing that I've ever done in my life. The first job I ever had was the best job I ever had because I worked in a grocery store. I worked for Harris Teeter and I was 16 years old. When you're 16 and you're young, dumb, and invincible, you have fun. You feel like you work hard and you watch your friends that don't have jobs and they're all out having fun and you're working and making money. But at the same time, when you get further in life and you look at the responsibility that comes with further roles, especially when you start getting into a professional career, you realize you never get to slack off and have as much fun as you had at your first job. When I'm not working, I love to cook. I've got an old Mustang that I'm getting ready to start the restoration process on, so I'm excited to jump into that. Love spending time with my kids. A couple years ago, my wife and I volunteered with an organization that was packing food to send to third world countries in Africa. The top of my bucket list is like a cross-country trip in a classic car or on like a Harley running off of the major highways, running like Route 66, going the scenic route that nobody takes anymore. I feel like my biggest strength is communication. I'm very comfortable talking to people. I feel like my greatest weakness is sometimes I don't know when to stop talking. People are looking at you like, hey, we got places to go, cut it off already. I love to cook, I'm pretty good at it. Music is another thing that I play guitar. The last book that I read that I was really just in, you know, I mean, it kind of consumes you when you find a good book. I was reading a book called The Life of Paul. It's about the Apostle Paul. You learn who the man was that wrote the majority of the New Testament, The Smoking Tire. It's an automotive podcast. Guy's name is Matt Farah, and he started this YouTube deal called The Smoking Tire, and they would review people's cars in the canyons in California. It would be, I mean, you would see, you know, old bucket Hondas from the 80s, just they're driving the crap out of him through the canyons, and then the next day he's got like a $300,000 Ferrari just blasting through, and it's a little bit of everything. But he's always, you know, he's respectful to the people whose cars that he's driving. Like when he's talking about the cars, he's hitting the good things and the bad things, and he's sincere about it. Probably Parks and Rec. Parks and Rec is Parks and Rec, The Office, some of those older sitcoms, you can just watch those over and over. They don't get old. The funny stuff holds up. I think my favorite movie, I like a lot of movies. My favorite movie that I've seen recently was The Art of Racing in the Rain. My favorite band is the Black Crowes, by far. I define success by the feeling of satisfaction that you get from working. You know, when you look at it in terms of a career, there's definitely a financial aspect to it. Success to me financially is being able to pay my bills, but satisfaction from what you do in all aspects of life is that. Can I walk away from circumstances, situations, relationships? Success in that to me is satisfaction that I was sincere, I was genuine, I was honest, I gave people the best version of me. Best advice I've ever been given is advice that most of us should get from our dads when we're young, is that you don't quit, you know, you persevere.